Runes are there in clashquest, and I tell you today everything what you need to know. Let's go. First of all, as soon as the update is there, you might not have any runes on your archer, barbarian or whatever. So we need now to make sure, are you a new player or are you already like a maxed out or almost maxed out player? If you're a new player, there are two ways to get the runes. A, there will be shop offers, and B, you will get runes quite fast with solving the first couple islands. So the devs definitely want you to have the runes very, very soon. If you're already in the game, then you might need to get offers. We will get free offers, we will get grades, and we are also able to buy them. So today we are mainly speaking about what are the effects of the runes, how does it look like, how do you need to play, because the playstyle in clashquest will be maybe completely different than you're used to it. As soon as you have activated the rune, you see the rune besides the items, and as you used to be, you can click on it and read the description. Magic arrow, when attacking, archer has a 5% chance to cast a magic arrow in the same column. So, which means every single archer has a 5% chance of casting that magic arrow, which is piercing through the whole column and cast damage. Here level 1, 200. At level 2, 400 damage. At level 3, 800 damage. And at level 4, an insanely 1600 damage for each building in its way. There can be up to 4 hits. Imagine that's 4 Pekka hits. So this is incredible. Let's head into the battle and I will show you how it looks like. Alright, we are now in any random island with a lot of archers, and I would say, let's see when we get our first magic arrow. Let's go. And there we go already. You see the magic arrow on the left side. We are watching the replay. That was insane. It cleared the whole left lane, and that's it. Alright, next up is the Barbarian. And the Barbarian has a really powerful rune, the War Cry. Here at level 1, every turn, each Barbarian has a 3% chance, so that's a little bit lower, to cast Rage every Barbarian in his group. So, that means, in general, every Barbarian can get this rune for itself. If that Barbarian is connected with 1 more, 2 more, or even 15 other Barbarians, they all would get that Rage. Plus 25% damage at level 1, 50% at level 2, level 3 causes 75% damage, and at level 4 it is like a crit barb plus 100% damage boost. And this is insane. I need to make one thing sure, the crit barb animation, that might not change. This is completely different from that. So a barb can have the crit and that buff, because you might also use another item, and items and runes are completely apart from each other. And I would say, let's head into the battle with the Barbarian. Alright, there we go. And once again, with the Barbarian, it cannot happen every single turn. So I don't need to use the Barbarian, I don't need to get damage. If I use now, for example, the Wizards, it can already happen that the rune is getting triggered. So let's see when it happens. And as you see, the Barbarian in the bottom did now use his War Cry, and you see the 3 Barbarians on the bottom, they have now that little white border around, so they are all buffed and have plus 100% damage. This is super insane. By the way, a little bug here, the Inferno does not show that units are dying, but that will be solved probably when it's going live. So we use those 3 now, and it can happen again and again and again. This is how that works with the Barbarians. One more time. This time we have the War Cry here in the 3rd row, and now every single Barbarian is with a plus of 100% damage. So I just went to the next stage, and as you see, the Barbarians are almost clearing that stage. So this is super powerful when you have a big combo of Barbarians. And there we saw already other runes we are talking about very soon. Next up, Wizard, one of my favorite units. Magic missiles. Every turn, each wizard has a 3% chance to cast 4 mini fireballs at random tiles. So, like with the Barbarian, it is a passive rune. So, when you use a Goblin, for example, and the next turn starts after the towers have attacked or not, there's a chance that every single wizard, theoretically, it doesn't happen that every wizard is doing that, is casting 4 mini fireballs at a random tile. Here level 1, 100 damage, 200 damage at level 2, 350 damage at level 3, and 600 damage. This is a total of 2400 damage at level 4. And I would say, let's see how that looks like. Alright, we're now again in the island, and as before with the Barbarians, we do not need to actively use the wizards, so we're using now Barbarians or Goblins or whatever, and at any turn it can happen that a wizard or even more wizards are using the fireballs. And there we go, wizard is casting his 4 fireballs, and as you see, this is now a very big combo on wizards. It sounds always super OP, but it is not as if it happens every single round that they're throwing the fireballs. So it is, I feel like, quite balanced. And once again, fireball from the wizard, and you see it was again just one wizard, not all of the wizards. And yeah, I think that's a really cool addition. I had it so far once that 2 wizards and also once that 3 wizards used their fireballs. Next up is a prince with the shiny armor, and this time we have a rune where the prince needs to take damage at level 1 when hit. So when get hit. The prince has a 5% chance to avoid damage, number 1, and reflect it back at the attacker's row, 150 damage, which is really cool. So that means he does not only hit the attacker, he hits the whole row from right to left, so rows like that, columns like that. So super dope. And yeah, level 1, 150 damage, 250 damage at level 2, 400 damage at level 3, and level 4, 600 damage. So also that is maybe not as huge as some other runes, but also here definitely a lot. And let's see how that looks like. So we need to make sure that the princes get hit now, of course, in order to activate the rune. So that might be now a little bit tricky. Let's try it. And there we go. There's the first prince. He hits the mortar back and the whole row is getting hit. And yeah, that's it. That's how it works. Super dope, isn't it? The rune from the giant is absolutely powerful. Listen, when hit, when get it actually, so same as with the prince, the giant has a 5% chance to cast Tremble at all enemies. Every single enemy. So it can be up to 16 buildings, enemies, whatever is there, and it will get hit. Level 1, 150 damage. 230 damage at level 2. At level 3, it is 350 damage. And insanely 500 damage, once again, at all the tiles at level 4. I had once 2 giants activated at the same time. It cleared their whole board. Absolutely amazing, and this is how it looks like. Alright, also here we need to get hit now. By the way, in general, that is of course always a way better if you have wizards as opponents, because they have AoE damage and the chance that the giant gets hit is then way higher. I might imagine that this works absolutely dope with a healing giant, but strat-wise we'll figure that out in the next couple days or weeks probably. So, and the giant gets hit, and you see the whole board gets each 500 damage, and everything is almost down already. This is so cool, and you don't even need to use those giants. So actually my thinking is, if you have a big board of giants, you need to try to just use the units behind the giants. I need to hope that the rune is getting activated. Isn't that crazy? And the next giant is using his rune, and the whole board is halfway down. This is amazing. We have 2 more units with runes. One of them is the Goblin. And this is actually also really funny to play. Every turn, the Goblin has a 5% chance to throw a bomb, dealing 40 damage to a 3x3 area and setting everything on fire on top. So 3x3 AoE damage, initial damage, and setting on fire. And as we know, fire does not stop burning, so that is an infinite attack. Super dope. Just, it is super random where they are throwing their bombs to. At level 1, 40 damage per turn. At level 2, 80 damage per turn plus 80 initial damage. Already 140 damage initial and each turn at level 3. And at level 4 it is a 200 initial damage and a 200 damage per turn. This is really insane. That's a lot, and we are checking out the gameplay. So also, once again, the advice, you do not need to activate them actively, so don't use their goblins when you want to get this bomb. And they shouldn't die, of course. So we're starting with the wizards. Let's see if we get a bomb ready. No. And there's a bomb from the bottom right. Goblin, I saw the bomb hit now those 4 buildings. They are all on fire. No, the Tesla is actually not on fire. I don't know if the Tesla was on ground or not. But you see, it is absolutely cool. Everything is on fire now on the left side. And if that happens like 2-3 times in quite a short time, that is a lot extra damage. Here once again, that's a turn directly after, and we get even a double bomb. So this is really cool, and you see how much damage that causes now. We just need to use probably the Barbarian, and almost everything is down. And you see again a bomb, and everything is down. So there was 4 bombs in one stage. The goblins almost cleared, and I did not even need to use my goblins. Isn't that crazy? We have one last rune for now. Well, the other units will get their runes later, and this will absolutely blow your mind. And I can show you one scene. I was laughing so hard. So every turn, again, passive. You don't need to use the P.e.k.k.as. You don't need to get damage. Each P.e.k.k.a has a 4% chance to cast mini sap at all enemies. So up to 16. Plus, so, no, sapping. 60 damage plus 2 turns stun. So imagine 2 P.e.k.k.as are activating their runes. That's already 4 turns. And I had it once, super rare probably, but I had it once with 3 P.e.k.k.as, and that was in a plus of 6 turns. This was just crazy. You will see it. And yeah, initial damage 60 at level 1. We have a damage of 90 at level 2. The 2 turn stun, that will not change. That would be too crazy if that would go up. 120 damage at level 3. And at level 4, 200 damage and the 2 stun turns. So really, really cool. We're checking it out. I'll show you a regular run with like 1 P.e.k.k.a rune hit and then also the amazing 3 stun hit. Let's go. So that's actually a good starting formation. We have 4 P.e.k.k.as on the field, so the chance is quite high. Once again, it is a passive rune, so if you use now any other unit, it can be already getting activated, and now we just need to wait now. And there we go. Pekka is activating his rune, and you see the whole field is now stunned plus 2 rounds. So we have like 4 or 5 rounds, so time to do whatever we want. If we are very lucky, we could now use the bars. We might get another rune. We don't, so even if we don't clear it now because I wanted to force that rune, this is super amazing. And this is how it looks like if you get 3 Pekka rune hits. As you can see here, the first Pekka is getting his rune, the second Pekka, and the third. Unfortunately, I was muted, but it was super crazy. Alright, that's it so far. We do not have runes for the Bomber, Baby Dragon, Minion, and the Bomb Miner. But, as Darian said in the recent Island update video, they are already working on it. It will come soon. Soon or not soon, but it will definitely come. And I'm really excited for it. I need to say, it makes a lot of fun. I played now several turns, and my first thought was super OP. I don't know, that is maybe too much, but it makes a lot of fun, and you need to play completely different than before. For example, archers. Sometimes you maybe use a single archer and hope you get that the magic arrow. Barbarian. You need to have a lot of barbarians together to get them all raged. Wizards. Have a lot of wizards, don't use them, and maybe they spit their fireballs. Prince. They need to get hit, so you have them on the front, so it might make even sense to use them with the defensive shield, because you want to stay them alive, so they get more often hit, and they are knocking out the enemies more often. Same for the giants. I can totally see the giants now with the healing gauntlet, because if the giants are not dying, but they are getting hit over and over again, like everything can happen. Everything can happen, as long as you have another unit you can use besides the giant. Goblin, bomb, also really cool, and the Pekka stun, that is absolutely crazy. But
has definitely a reason that the chance is a little bit lower than the other rune chances. Let me know in the comments what you think about those runes. Do you like them? Don't you like them? And by the way, one very important thing. Those runes, they're not only active in the islands, they are also active here in the league. And that's actually super crazy. So everything is possible, even in a clan league. And I'm very excited to test all this out when it's live. That's it from my side. Everything about the runes in clashquest. Let me know in the comments how you like the runes. Hope that video was helpful. If so, leave a like, leave a sub. And if you don't want to miss any content for clashquest, also a little bit before the others, then definitely leave a sub. And see you next time again or in one of the clashquest live streams. Colors out. Bye bye. Have a nice day.